Enter through the rear, please. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ljs Garage. Behind me is a 2020 BMW 750i Xdrive, and let's find out today if there's more to this car than this massive grille. So this is BMW's flagship sedan, and it's in gorgeous jet black. I'm going to show you guys around the outside and some quick little features like that. Hop on the interior, and then we're going to take it for a spin. So let's get the elephant out of the room. And the elephant in this situation is this large grille, if you haven't figured that. I actually like it. I think it fits this car really well. It does look better on the SUVs, but for being the biggest and baddest 7 Series, this grille looks good. So you guys will notice right now that this grille is completely shut. BMW's got these active dampers right on the front, or active front grille, and so they close whenever this engine does not need cooling. Not only is this grille large and for aesthetics, it's also very functional because it increases airflow. I'm going to point out 2 more things right here. This first one is going to be your front camera, and I'll show you guys all about that in a little bit when we hop on the inside. And then this down here, it looks like a camera, but what it is, it's actually a distance sensor for when you're using the active cruise control and all of that stuff. So it's actually hidden pretty well, and this front end to me just looks good. So you can get a couple different wheel options on this, but for the 750 you get 19-inch wheels standard. I don't have a banana for scale right now, but take a look at the size of these brake calipers. In normal, typical BMW fashion nowadays, you get folding side mirrors, and there's a hidden camera right here, which you guys probably have seen some of the other BMW videos, but I'll show you more in depth about why these cameras are available. And again, 2019, 2020, keyless entry, keys in your pocket, unlock, lock, folding mirrors, magic, ta-da. We're gonna stop here for a minute and just admire how gorgeous the body lines, the sleek look, all of this is on this beautiful 750. Let's take a look at the back end of this car right here. You'll see these nice upgraded taillights, and they're actually pretty cool. They're like almost a little 3-dimensional with all sorts of fancy shaping and design. I like those a lot. And then you've got this little light bar that runs across here. Really good touch. There really isn't much else to talk about back here, so we'll go ahead and pop this trunk, which is actually, hold on, automatic. Oh, look at that, power liftgate, obviously, for a 7 Series. You will see just how large of a trunk this is. I've placed a red shoe to show you guys the scale of this trunk. But hey, for $100 and something thousand, you also get a first aid kit. So if you look over here, you pop this little access, reach down in here. Let's see what we've got in this first aid kit. See if we can save anyone's life. What the? This is not a first aid kit. If you guys don't know, BMW likes to put their batteries in the rear. Because I love power liftgate so much, I'm gonna push this button and let it do its dance. That's the best. And if you thought that was fancy, even your gas cap fancy opener thing is fancy. And not only is keyless entry the coolest thing ever, but not a lot of cars give you keyless entry on the rear passenger doors. So you can unlock and lock them just the same as you can on the front. Come on, Mr. LJ, enter through the rear, please. Thank you for getting the door, doorman. Note to self, before entering a 7 Series, you must dust your feet off, slide to the right, and gently place yourself. I'm not even gonna do the whole, this is set for someone that's like 6 foot tall thing. You can fit like a football team in here and everyone would fit comfortably. There is no issues with legroom whatsoever. And let me just tell you, these seats are comfortable. This headrest is comfortable. Everything is just nice back here. So let's say you're sitting in the back of the 7 Series and you need to check your makeup. You go ahead and pop that down. You get your own vanity mirror. And if you need a reminder of what it used to be like back in the day, BMW includes cigarette trays or ashtrays, whatever they go by. I'm no smoker, I don't know. But when I say everything is nice, I'm talking about even these little rear behind the seat storage things. Normally most cars you get a little cargo net or a little cheap little pocket. Look at this. So let's say you're sitting back here and you're like, oh man, where's the cup holders? Well, luckily all you do is you pull this down. Not only do you get your cup holders, but you get a little storage area for your 9mm. For your cup holders, simply just push a button. Bam. You do have 4 different climate control zones in this vehicle, 2 of which are controlled back here. And then you do get heated seats, which is awesome. Another cool thing, let's say you have a kid that likes to slam doors, or they don't close the door all the way because these doors are kind of heavy, you know, for a little 5-pound kid or what, well, 10-pound, I don't know. Whatever weight a kid weighs, it's a little heavy. So what you do, they close the door, doesn't close all the way. Soft closed doors. It pulls them in and locks them tight. All right, so let's talk about some numbers. The first thing I'm gonna say is it's really cool. Look, this is hydraulic assisted and it pops up with ease. Not that you'll ever be working on this car because this is not a car you work on in your garage. Under the hood is a 4.4 liter twin turbo V8 that makes 523 horsepower, 553 foot-pounds of torque. It's tied to an 8-speed automatic. If you want to know what that translates to on the road, it means a 0 to 60 time of 3.9 seconds. That means this 4,000-pound beast can do 0 to 60 in the same time a BMW M3 can. I think this is rather impressive, but it does 17 miles per gallon in the city and 25 miles per gallon on the highway. Keep in mind that this is a 20-gallon tank, so it's on the larger side, so expect to pay quite a bit when it's time to fill up. Time to take this thing for a spin. Overall, this is going to be one of the best BMW interiors that you're going to ever experience if you're fortunate enough to get inside of one of these. It's got this wood grain, it's got the nice materials, it's got the plush carpeting, it's got everything that you could think of. I want to start with storage because I like this little pop-up armrest, and then you do have the option to get these heated. You do get a 16-speaker Harman Kardon sound system, which sounds phenomenal. You do get lovely quilted leather seats. These seats are also 20-way adjustable, and that's both on the passenger and driver side. So down here, you get 2 cup holders, you get a charging port, and a wireless charger. Couple things to point out right here, your typical iDrive layout, so you just lay your hand right here, everything is easily accessible. And then you've got your normal shifter, park, all of that good stuff there. And then over to the left-hand side, you've got your adaptive driving settings. Then you've got Sport, Comfort, Eco, and every single one of them, whenever you make any changes, does cool things in your display, which I'll show you guys. Here you've got your parking assistance, and then you've got your front camera, and then this is really cool. It's airlift suspension. So if you're ever going over anything super steep and you want to make sure that you don't scrape the front end of your car, you push that button and it'll raise the front end, which I'll show you guys a little clip of it doing that in a little bit. One of the first modes I want to show you guys is car or carrying car. You click on that and it allows you to pick Vitalize or Relax. So basically it hijacks your speakers, changes your climate control, and puts you into max relaxation mode in case you're about to do some road rage stuff. So I'll demonstrate what this is like. The other one is Vitalize mode. You push that and then it bumps up your music, changes climate control. And this one, I'm assuming, is to vitalize you. I feel vitalized. And now that I'm all relaxed, I'll go ahead and turn that off. It's 3 minutes normally, and you can see it's got the adjustment, so it'll do the whole climate control settings already for you and everything. Pretty cool. But experience modes, this one's also cool too. Let's say you've got you're chauffeuring someone around. What it does is it's got these preset little modes, so it'll adjust the ambient lighting, temperature, climate controls, change the heat seating settings, and then activate the sun protection. And you just click that, and in one push, it just does all those things, and you're in well-being mode. To keep things even more fancy, now you've got this 3-dimensional image here, and you can adjust everything in your car. You go to interior lighting, which is so cool right now for this, because the sun is starting to set. So you can do bronze, orange, all different colors of the rainbow. I like blue, so I'm gonna click on that. Same thing with your seats. You can do all sorts of saving seat positions, moving everything around. And as you can see right here, you got the seat and armrest heating. Moving on to the important things, safety. I'm gonna push this little safety zone button right here. And as you can see, there's a couple things. You can customize it to where you have all of your safety features on, which I highly recommend. But if there's something you don't like, you go to configure individual, and I'll show you guys a couple things it comes with. The first one, front collision mitigation, and it gives you a nice little explanation of what they are. Then you've got side collision warnings. This is really cool because if someone is about to hit you from the side, this car will actually intervene and save you. Here you've got your lane departure. Keep scrolling down, we've got active blind spot detection. That's very handy. And that's it. Now you've got your option for your different driving modes. You can come in here and you can actually customize everything. You've got the active dampening systems, so you can set how you want your transmission, your engine, your suspension, all of those things are all customizable. So let's say that you're going into your BMW installed apps. You see this thing right here, it says climate control rules, so let's go to that. What it is, BMW allows you to automatically set conditions for your climate controls. So you can activate your heated seats under 50 degrees and then set what level you want them to kick on at. Ventilated seats, same thing. Awesome feature. This comes with this weather app, and so I'll show you guys really quick another cool thing, which is ability to draw on this little trackpad. Some of you already know all about that, but you just start writing. So I'm going to do Abilene. If I could spell it. Abilene? I. And then there it is on the right. So I'll go to Abilene. And there you can see it's showing us the weather in Abilene right now. This one's a little bit of a gimmick, but it's cool nonetheless. I'm going to have you guys look over this way. And as you can see, I'm going to turn up my volume using gestures. But I have to hurry up and quickly turn it back down. And if you don't have enough touchscreens, look it down here. You'll see that your climate controls, your heated seats, all this stuff is all touchscreen. So it's got its own little interface, and I like it. And then if you come up just a hair, you can do the little fine controls. And this is also touchscreen. And you can see that little dude jump around with my finger there. But if you look up top too, while I do that, it gets a little animated so you can see exactly for what setting you want. As you can see, I've got the backup camera here, and I love this because when you put it in reverse, you can see right here, you've got a couple different camera options. If you come over, it'll change and you can select which camera angle you actually want to see, and then you can hit auto where it'll pick the best one for you. But I love it, and it's the coolest thing ever. And then you just back up, all that good stuff. There's really no way to mess this up. So I'm going to try out this backup assistant here really quick. So I'm going to park in this spot like a normal person. I'm going to check backup assistant, and all you do, I'm going to take my hands off the steering wheel. You got these green lights that lets you know that it's ready, and all you do is you work the gas and brake as needed, but the car gets you out of the spot and it puts you right back where you were. Just for fun. So let's say you park in a really tight spot right here, throw it in reverse, hit the backup assistant. Look, that's so cool, guys. That's the coolest thing ever. Not all of us are master parkers. And then when you're ready to drive off, you just hit drive, and then you got your front camera to make sure that you don't hit anything on the way out. You even got guidelines. Something else that's really cool is as you park in the lines, it'll tell you exactly how far out your doors will open, so you know exactly where and what you will hit if you open your doors. But wait guys, there's more. If you flick it to the left a little bit, you'll see this 3D view right here. And then with this 3D view, as you can see, it's a three-dimensional view. This last mode that I'm going to show you guys, you flick over to the left, hit car wash, and so you're about to get in the wash and you need to line up your wheels. This will help you line up your wheels perfectly. This is what the digital dash looks like. As you can see, you've got your maps hidden right behind everything. And then you can actually customize quite a bit. A lot of people say that you can't, but there's actually a good bit of stuff. And then if you're wondering what that little purple flashing light is, it's an eye sensor. It checks to make sure that you're not getting fatigued or that your eyes are actually on the road, which is a pretty cool thing. And then if you put this thing in eco mode, actually we got it in comfort mode, it's a little orange. Eco mode turns into the blue. And then at the very top, you hit sport and it's nice and red. On the steering wheel, everything is pretty familiar. If you've ever been in a BMW, you got your heated seat option, paddle shifters. And if you look forward right there, hopefully you guys can see it, you got your heads up display. It'll tell you your speed limit and a couple different things. It'll also tell you audio information if you want that displayed. I could show you guys features and tricks and tips and all sorts of stuff all day, but we would be here for quite some time. So if you're curious, BMW geniuses exist at the dealerships and they will be glad to walk you through a lot of this when you purchase one of these. Otherwise, let's get to driving. If you ever doubt that this car is quick, well then you must not know a lot about V8s and twin turbos, because this thing flies. I'm still a huge supporter of sedans, and I know a lot of people are switching to SUVs, but I love sedans and this will always be my go-to whenever I'm buying a vehicle. Four-door sedans, I love them, especially four-door performance sedans. Even though this is a performance one, it's a little too large for me, but this room is beneficial for people that actually have a large family. I made sure that I waited till nighttime for this special episode so I could show you guys these LED light curtains. They're just so beautiful. When I first got in this, I was almost a little overwhelmed. This is the first car that I've been in that I've got to say that I actually had to think about what certain things meant or what buttons I was pushing because there was just so many buttons. But I love that now you can actually just talk to the car. And so I'm used to just saying like certain catchphrases to my phone, and now being able to do that with a car is pretty cool. The gesture controls are fun. I wouldn't really use them other than to turn up the volume. I kind of like that one. But then you have steering wheel controls, and then you've got the Xdrive dial. So there's a lot of different ways to get the same job done. So I don't really know if the gestures are going to be a big hit, but we're moving in the right direction. All the 3 series that I've been in and all the 5 series I've been in, I've never really understood why everyone says that the 7 series is a whole nother level. And it truly, truly is. It's so comfortable, it's so quiet. And when you put the suspension in comfort mode and then it's like, oh, do you want standard comfort or comfort plus? And I hit comfort plus, I was blown away because I didn't think that this car could be any more comfortable and any more quiet. And then you switch it to sport and this thing just hauls ass. The heated seats work amazing, the cool seats work great, and you can actually hear the little fan kick on. That's kind of a little strange sound at first, but when you get used to it, it's actually pretty nice and rewarding. The ambient light in here, I love it at night. Some people say it's a little too much. I think it's just right, especially since BMW gives you the option to adjust the brightness. So everything in here is customizable, which some will say is a downside. I think it's a positive because I love being able to customize and make things mine, and you've got the different driver profiles and settings and just so much of this car. You can make it the way that you want, so when you get in here it feels like home. There's so much available in this car, so many features that I just don't have the time to touch on. Not because I'm not wanting to cover it, but because I like quick and easy to the point videos. That's more of my style than just the on and on type of things. But there's garage door openers, there's, you know, there's key fob tricks, there's all sorts of different stuff. I mean, the list goes on and on. You're in the top of the line BMW other than the 8 series, so of course you're gonna have everything that you need. This 8-speed automatic is quick. It's not dual clutch crazy, but it's very, 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 very fast. And I can see why BMW is still sticking with using it, because it does a great job, especially combined with the electronic controls that they have in this car. Thank you guys so much for checking out yet another episode in LJ's Garage. Be sure to hit that like button, the comment button, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. See you guys next time.